Hey guys, welcome to the Multiverse Minute here on the Goodell Multiverse podcast. We're going to go through and talk about three pretty good stories, I think, this week, to be honest with you. I'm going to start us off with the first one, though. All right. First one is VisionQuest news. So Disney up front has a special Marvel presentation inviting Paul Bentley on stage to present VisionQuest and announce a premiere date of October 14th with 8 episodes. The show will conclude the WandaVision trilogy. So,
Yeah.
what do you think of this, Sammy? Are you excited for this, or how do you feel about 8 episodes? That sounds about right.
Yeah. I believe if I remember right, I think WandaVision was 8 episodes,
Mhm.
and Agatha All Along, the sequel to it, was about 8 episodes. I am kind of excited for this. I would say that of all of the Disney Plus shows that Marvel has done, WandaVision is probably, it might be a personal thing for me, but I think it's my favorite of the Disney Plus shows of all of them.
I think it's probably the best one.
Yep, I
Yep.
think objectively, I agree. I think objectively it definitely is, and I also think that that was the best show to open the Disney Plus shows with when they released it. It was the first Disney Plus show officially
That's
released,
right.
and the episodes were really good. I can't wait till we get to our retrospective on WandaVision itself because I have so many fond memories of that and everything about it. And like I said, I think this is the best show that they could have started this
Mm.
Disney Plus experiment at that time with for Marvel. Um, because had they start with any of the other shows, it probably wouldn't have gotten as good of a reception overall. Just like how we talk about for TV shows themselves, you want your first episode to be one good gut punch that's going to keep you going, something that's going to hook you right there. And then you can say, I can last for more seasons, more episodes, more different stuff. And WandaVision for me was that for Disney Plus. Thankfully, they didn't start with Secret Invasion because it would have been a little bad.
Whew.
Anyways, so I am excited for this. I liked what happened in WandaVision. I liked what happened in Agatha all along. I actually think that even though Agatha isn't on par with WandaVision for me, it definitely was a good continuation. And they took the best parts of Agatha's character and some of the story lines from WandaVision and kept it going, and that was good for it. And I believe it's the same creative people that did those 2 shows are doing Vision Quest, from my understanding. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see Vision again. Um, this, from my understanding, also is the last one of the Disney Plus shows you have to know in order to know what's going on in the MCU. And we've talked about that before. I think the main reason for that is we need to bring Vision back into the main MCU continuity. So we're going to give him his own show. Okay, cool. Hopefully it's successful. You know, um, I was taking a quick peek to see what we know of it so far. Ultron is back officially in this show. I did like Ultron as a villain. I know that it's kind of he's one of those characters that I'm like, you can't really kill him, so I was expecting him to come back. I just didn't know how they were gonna do it, and now we're gonna see how they're gonna do it to a degree in this show. Maybe he's really back. Maybe he's not. I have no idea. I have some fan theories on that, but overall, it is interesting what they've released so far at this Disney upfront. They had Robert Downey Jr. and Tom Hiddleston come on stage with Paul Bettany, which is really cool and interesting because I know Robert Downey Jr. He's Doctor Doom. He is gonna be at all these Marvel things, but with Tom Hiddleston too, it makes me have a big question mark of is Vision in Doomsday?
Hmm.
Is he? Is he not? Why? Like, I expected Robert Downey Jr. I didn't actually think he would go and do it, but who is the face of Marvel? It's kind of Robert Downey Jr. That's what they made him, the star child of it, and he's back, and they're gonna soak up every last penny that they're gonna give him, and doing all this Doomsday promotion. So
Well, they're better. He's not cheap.
he's not cheap, so use him
I'd
up.
be like, come on out here, bro. We paid you.
Exactly. You're going to be at everything. So I expected that. But Tom Hiddleston, I did not expect. So I don't know why he was there personally. Maybe there is another meaning to it. But I think he was just there just to help present this, which begs the question, what's going to happen in Doomsday? So before I get on to a little more specifics on this, although I guess there's only one other thing that we do know of this show is that they are bringing to life, quote unquote, all of the AI voices that we've heard in the MCU thus far. Uh, Jarvis, that
Friday and stuff.
yep,
Yep.
Friday. I mean, Jarvis is Vision, and Paul Bentley is the voice of Jarvis, but
Mhm.
also Jarvis, the AI, was based on a real character that was Howard Stark's butler.
Mhm.
So that's how it kind of, that so apparently that same actor is coming back to play the visual representation of the AI Jarvis, which is interesting. Friday, Edith from Far From Home,
Mhm.
Dummy,
Mhm.
which is Iron Man's robot thing
Mhm.
that he calls Dummy. I thought that's an interesting little, like, nugget, like, "Oh, we're gonna see what he looks like as a person," type thing, so that's what and apparently they're gonna introduce, um I don't think it's confirmed, but it's heavily rumored that Joe Costa is gonna be introduced introduced
Mhm.
introduced. Joe Costa, for people who aren't familiar with it, in the comics, Ultron got lonely as a robot, and so he decided to make himself a wife and kidnap the Wasp and put her brainwaves into a female Ultron body, and that was Jocasta.
Wow.
So, apparently, she is rumored to be introduced. I did like that storyline, by the way, in the comics. I thought it was real cool. It did fail, then it didn't really fail. And then there's another version of a female Ultron that's out there, and it eludes me in the top of my brain that I actually like more than Jocasta. But I can see them merging both of them together because the social, not social. I'm sorry, the soap opera part of comics. It just merge them together. But anyways, that's my 2 cents on it so far. I'm anticipating it. So, what are your thoughts?
I don't have the same excitement as Sammy does. I get it. I'm more interested in to see where Vision fits in. All this stuff, all these new characters and all, like, what they're the visual representations of what they're gonna be. I just don't know what this means, and I can't get excited for this yet because I have reservations. To me, continuity-wise, you can't bring back Ultron in a physical form without him trying to finish what he started. Because he was just so on the nose of, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna, fix the world. This is how I'm gonna do it. I just don't see a good version of Ultron. And I'm not saying that's what they would do, but I can't see a version of Ultron that comes back physically that doesn't try to continue what he started in Age of Ultron. And frankly, we don't have room for that kind of problem with the MCU right now, with these characters going forward. I don't know what that means, when they say the physical versions of these characters, of these things, is it in a computer form, or are they all going to be like a vision like version where they create an actual body? I don't know. So that's where I'm not sure. I don't have the knowledge of these characters outside of what we've seen in the movies and stuff as well. So a lot of what you just told me is brand new information to me. So, and to be honest with you, it all sounds like a lot. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it could be bad. It could be a great show, but I don't like the fact that we have to see it because unless Vision's in Doomsday or in Secret Wars, which is possible, I think everybody's going to be in these two movies coming up. Which one? They're both. Some are going to be in both. Some are only going to be in one. I think everyone's going to be in the second. I think everyone's going to be in Secret Wars, no doubt. So if Vision's anywhere, it's probably going to be there. It's just you don't put a body to Ultron without Ultron trying to do what he did in the first, you know, Age of Ultron movie, in my opinion. Not without really convincing me that there's a reason you don't make him do it, right? Because they kind of did that with the Abomination in She-Hulk, where, yeah, was he good? I don't know. See, that's a whole different conversation. But, like, that's what I mean. I'm not very excited about these TV shows, guys, to be honest with you. So I'll wait till I hear more before I give you my really true, honest opinion. Because right now, until I start seeing a clip or get more of a synopsis of what this is going to be about and what kind of an idea of what this is going to be about, then I'm really not looking forward to it, to be honest.
Mhm.
So, fortunately, guys, that's my 2 cents on that one. So,
Yeah, I mean, I guess the only thing I could say is that Ultron is very complex of a character.
mhm,
He's one of those reoccurring villains for the Avengers, where he almost always fails, and he figures out a way because he's AI. He is. It's funny that we live in the day and age right now where AI is everything. Heck, it helps me editing this podcast. It helps everybody go through their life now and doing, you
Yeah.
know, I remember when I was growing up and the first AI was autocorrect on your phone and your computer. Be like, oh, that's cool.
Mhm.
Now it's like everything. And so in a thought process of that, Age of Ultron, the movie, and Ultron himself was kind of ahead of his time in real life type thing. Thank God we don't have
Mhm.
a real life Ultron, but you know what I mean, is that the AI was a brand new concept that Tony Stark and Bruce Banner created and all that stuff using all this different thing. And we're gonna get to that episode very soon for Age of Ultron, guys. But um he always is figuring out a way, at least in the comics, of reinventing himself to still accomplish the main mission and that he was programmed to do. He was programmed just like he was in the MCU. It was the same thing he was programmed in the comics to world peace, basically. He just feels that the Avengers are the reason why there's problem in the world. Like, not the he doesn't think it's funny. Ultron, he's one of those characters, he doesn't think the Avengers are the only problem, but he thinks they're the biggest obstacle to overcome all the other problems.
Right.
He's the type of villain that easily can wipe out another villain that's an actual MCU villain, but he chooses to go after the Avengers first because you break down the strongest among you first, and then you go down the ladder. And so his primary focus has always been the Avengers in the comics. And I think that that's the same, and all the heroes actually. There's many crossover events where Ultron has taken over and done stuff. Heck, there's a comic line that came out the same time as Age of Ultron, the movie, called Age of Ultron. I actually really like that
Mhm.
comic. It kind of was like a Days of Future Past meets Avengers and Ultron, where they sent Invisible Woman and Wolverine back in time to kill Hank Pym, the original creator of
Mhm.
Ultron, because Ultron took over the world. It's crazy, guys. You got to go read it. It's really cool. It's only like 5 or 6 issues. It's not super big, but it's an epic story, and is the same time, same title as when this movie was coming out. So I thought, is that what they're doing? But no, they did a totally original thing for the movie. Anyways, just a coincidence. So, I can see in this show, and this is all speculation, that Ultron's motivation maybe isn't to bring down the Avengers, but it's to do the second thing he was doing in the movie, which is leveling up his body and becoming Vision, basically. That's the original name for Vision was Ultron's vision,
Mhm.
is Vision. It just so happens that in that movie, they stop the process and then they put Jarvis in instead, so he's got a little bit of both in him.
Mhm.
In the comics, that didn't happen. In the comics, it was Vision is his own entity separate from Jarvis.
Right.
And he was actually created to be like a henchman for Ultron, not an ultimate body for him, but a henchman, basically, and all that stuff. And then he decided to have a conscience in the comics. Then he fell in love with Voodoo Witch Lady, and there you go. They made little Vision babies somehow.
However that
Anyways,
works, yeah.
we'll get to that too, because the MCU, they touch upon it. Literally. Anyways, so I can see in this show, Ultron is gonna do his leveling up, maybe that secondary thing he was trying to do in his own movie. And there's a new White Vision out there who is confused at this moment because that's how we left him in WandaVision, where the the Hex Vision that Wanda created that actually is mimicking the actual Vision gives all those memories, like floods his brain with those memories of the Avengers and everything that
Mhm.
happened and everything, and he has no idea how to compute with that. And I think that's what we're going to see in this show is an 8 episode arc of him going through an evolution of be going down the road to become the Vision that we knew of when he died in Infinity War.
Yeah, so my question is though, like, does this sound necessary moving into Doomsday though? Like,
I agree. I don't
it just
if
seems
that's
like
what you're
you're doing,
saying.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I think it feels like it's not, you're being very, it's not very classy on what you're doing to the Vision character or to the Ultron character then. Because then you're ultimately taking a villain that's in an Avengers movie, like one of the Avengers highlight movies, and kinda like just dumbing it down to we're just gonna see him, make his plans, you know? And it's what's it gonna amount to then if, like, we already got so much we gotta be doing in Doomsday anyways?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is it gonna be Ultron and Doom sitting on the throne next to each other, you know? I just don't see.
I s I see where you're getting
You
at.
see where I'm
I
coming from?
I totally understand. I feel like this show, this is, how do I say this properly and in the best way possible? Bear with me, guys. This show is the last of the planned Disney Plus shows that they already said we need to conclude this for two reasons. One, we already started the ball rolling on this WandaVision trilogy, announcing everything, so we need to finish it. And two, we need to find a way to get Vision back into the MCU. And anything related in Vision's whole comic book um arcs and whatever, he did have his own comic line at one point, and I'm sure they're going to touch upon that here in the show. I think they're trying to do a mix mash of what they originally intended for the show, because he is a secondary character, so we're going to give him his own show. But the problem is they want him back in the MCU, so you kind of have to balance this coin a little bit to be like, let's give him his own show as a secondary character, but also we need to make it where you need to know it for future MCU properties, and we're going to say this is the last time we're doing that. Which this is, from my understanding, except for the planned Wonder Man season 2, which just happened and things like that. They didn't have any other shows planned.
Right.
I don't think, from my understanding, and please correct me if I'm wrong, internet, at this time, May 15th, 2026, they do not have any new Disney Plus shows for Marvel planned besides the second or third season of what's already out there.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to figure out a way of how do we do this again.
Just I don't know why they are though. Why? For why?
They
No
want him
one's
back.
holding a gun to their head.
You're right.
They got him back though. They did it in the end of WandaVision. It's all you need. He's there. He's a white Vision out there somewhere. Just have him show up. I mean, if we start in Doomsday and we get partway through Doomsday and all of a sudden he shows up during a fight sequence or something, there's no part of me that's gonna go, where the hell did he come from? We don't need this another 8 episodes of more confusing things, of bringing back other characters and making new characters that eventually aren't gonna mean anything then. Because you don't bring back Ultron without that being a real problem later. And what's that mean for, I mean, is he gonna be a part of, or is Vision gonna defeat Ultron in this, I guess, again? Honestly, I don't know. That's what I mean. Like, I need to know more
Mhm.
before I get excited, because right now I feel like, why?
Mhm.
They could announce tomorrow. You know what? Other than the fact that they filmed the thing already, if they hadn't filmed it yet, they could announce tomorrow that they just canceled it.
Mhm.
And I'd be like, yeah, duh. Duh. We don't need this. I don't think no one is saying, but wait a minute, you promised a VisionQuest, and we're not going to understand why Vision's back if you don't do it. Nobody's saying that. Nobody. They're doing this to themselves because they already put the money into it. They already filmed stuff, so now they have to do something with it. And
It's been in the bag, I believe, for the past 2 years. They've
yeah,
gotten this
which is to
done.
me, this is despicable in my opinion. Look, it might be great, it might be awesome. I'll eat my words, and you know what? I hope I do, because I don't want them to fail. I want every project they do to be good. I just don't see this being necessary. I feel like there's a lot coming on. There's a lot happening here. Just have Vision freaking show up. It doesn't matter. We get it. Anyone that's seen WandaVision understands it already. We don't need Ultron back unless you. I'm not saying we shouldn't have Ultron back, but for why? We all want Doomsday, guys. And if you bring Ultron back and he turns out just be, well, I tried and I guess we're going to be pals, but you really can't trust me. Sorry, you didn't build Ultron up to be like Loki.
They
And you
better
can't
not do
start
that.
now. That's the only way it will ever
if-
make sense.
The only way it makes sense for me to do the character justice is, Ultron comes back to try to claim the body, and then Vision and all these other AI
Defeat it.
things defeat him, or contain him, because that's one of my problems I have of Age of Ultron, and we're gonna get there when we get there, guys, is that if this guy really is on the internet and out there, there's no way he was dead. So this is just a way of manifesting himself.
I've always liked the idea that Ultron could come back.
Mhm.
I just think he should come back to fight the Young Avengers.
Mhm.
I think that should be them dealing with what the old guys did in the past and cleaning up their mess again because he's still around.
Yeah, they did that in the animated
In
movie.
my opinion, that's where Ultron comes back, not in this TV show. But that's just me.
Yeah, they did that. There's an actual, I have it on DVD, and a DVD called Young Avengers that they did a long time ago. That's about them picking up the mantles of their parents, and it's the it's the kid version of all
Yeah.
the Avengers, and it's fighting Ultron.
Yeah, and you
He's the
could do
bad
a
guy.
very similar thing in this. The first Young Avengers team up movie could be them fighting Ultron again. Why not?
That would be interesting. That
But
really
yet
would
we're
be
going to
cool.
get this really weird half-hour long episodes of trying to understand all of these characters at once and bring back a villain that was a good villain. Ultimately, I liked him, but we're just going to dumb it down for this TV show, all because someone in Marvel didn't care about the continuity or what it was going to be later on. And to me, I think we're going to pay for it because it's going to be, oh, cool. There's a lot of crap going on. That's how I'm going to feel. I predict this is another Secret Wars mess, and it's going to be all for nothing. And all they needed to do is just have White Vision show up because I'm on board with that. That's all you got to do. He could be sitting there eating tea, drinking tea. I don't care. He could be sitting there fishing. So, oh yeah, there he is. Oh yeah, that's right. Because we all know he's here. We don't need this show. We just don't need it.
I kind of like and it's either official or unofficial, but it was leaked out concept art of Peter Quill and White Vision chilling on the couch watching TV.
Yeah, that's all you need.
That looked, I don't know if you guys have seen it online. I literally can't put it up on our video because Marvel has struck it down for some reason. And it either says they're doing something with it or it just was not supposed to be released anyways,
Yeah.
type thing. But if you have seen it online, it is a pretty cool looking picture. And that's immediately what I thought is, oh, that's how we're going to get Vision back. But
Yeah.
now we're going to get him back in VisionQuest. And listen, guys, I'm going to be, of the two of us, the more optimistic one of this. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's okay. We should have this because I'm sure you watching have your own opinions on this. Please share them in the comments down below. Let us know your thoughts. What do you think? Does Vision Quest needed? Is it not needed? Are you excited for it now that they are doing it? Or are you kind of like, oh, we got to get through this? Like, let us know, guys, because I am excited for it. But I also know part of me is also excited for this. That it's the closing of a door of what they've done with Disney Plus, and hopefully they do it in a good bang. And
Yeah.
now we're going to see what they're planning on doing for the future because they're not done with Disney Plus, guys. But how are they going to fix what they've done with Disney Plus?
Yeah. Or we got to sit through one more She-Hulk until we get to stuff that makes sense, right?
All right. Share your thoughts down in the comments below, guys. And I'm going to start us off with the next topic here. All right. It's been a hot minute since we talked about Spider-Man Brand New Day. And so we need to give you guys a little bit of an update. And I'm going to be first to tell you that one of the things we're going to talk about is the first 3 pages, I believe, 2 to 3 pages of the script being released. Now, we could have touched upon this on our last episode, guys, but I was under the impression it was a leak. And for something like that, I don't put it as part of the news because I didn't think it was an official release. And we didn't even know if it was real or not. That was my opinion at the time. I have since learned, no, this is a marketing ploy official release from Marvel to Entertainment Weekly on the first 2 to 3 pages of the script. And anyone who says that some of this is real, I did take a look at these pictures and take a look at you see the little notes, the cliff notes they're putting on the sides of this script. There's no way this is not a marketing ploy. They said that they gave it to Entertainment Weekly, who then published it. Whether or not it was supposed to be published is up for debate, but it's Entertainment Weekly, so it's officially news, guys. And it also coincides with something new that Marvel just released on Brand New Day. So a new poster, a new video, and a sneak peek script reveal of Spider-Man Brand New Day is now up online for everyone to see. It gives us a little bit of an idea of what the film is going to be about to a degree. Well, not officially be about, but the tone that they're setting for the film, at least when you start off with. And the little video that they release is an idea of the practical effects that they were trying to put into this movie and really honing in Spider-Man's up-to-date skills and all the new stuff Tom Holland had to do for it. And the new poster looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree.
The only thing I will say that's a bad thing I would say about the poster it looks like there's a touch of AI in it, personally. Now, it
Mm.
could be just the way that they did it and make this artsy version of it. When I first saw this poster, I thought, "Ooh, they used AI." But
Yeah,
that's
maybe.
just me.
I see what you're talking about. I don't know. I've seen some posters in the past that look this. They're like, "Oh, it looks a little too perfect." You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I
A
think
little
that's
too
the scary.
glossy, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the scary part about AI right now is we're not sure, right? Because it could not be, but it very well could be. So yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
I don't like this
Yeah, but,
age of AI we're in.
I mean, either way, it's a new poster. It doesn't really give us too much new. It
No, it's nothing phenomenal. It's just a poster.
Yeah, and it
Yeah,
definitely is in the same vein as the Ninja poster that
yeah,
we got before, so,
yeah.
they're keeping with the same style, but did you watch the video that they released?
I did watch the video. Yeah,
What'd you think of that?
it's cool. It's neat seeing Tom interacting with the fans,
Ah,
and it's just
yeah.
cool to see everyone come out for him and doing that. I'm glad there's a lot of practical stuff going. I mean, obviously these are CGI packed too,
Mhm,
but I'm someone I like the practical things. When you can get him flying in the air with the wires and
mhm,
stuff, that's a lot of fun. No, I did not take a look at the script though
mm.
myself. So have you, or are you pulling it up right now?
I'm gonna pull up some of it so we can have at least the main points of the script
Yeah.
fresh in our brain, um, but the I because I wasn't too interested in the beginning thinking it was a leak, I didn't at the time, and I know I've had, like, now 9 to 10 days since I could have looked it up, and so I did start within the past 2 days to do a little digging into it, looking up some of my favorite YouTubers,
Hmm.
Screen Crush. I'm gonna give you guys a shout out because you do a heck of a video, hour long, talking about the different parts of the script. And so thank you. It really helped me a lot. And so you
Yeah,
should
those guys
know,
do good work.
yeah, you should know that your content is valued heavily. So, um, Spider-Man, brand new day.
I can't think of a time they've done this before where they've released actual part of the script of a.
Not like this.
Yeah, not like this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, no, I remember when X-Men Apocalypse was being made and Bryan Singer took, like, a side view of the title X-Men Apocalypse, and you could read, like, the first sentence that says it starts off in ancient Egypt, and that was enough for me to be like, "Oh my gosh!" But
Hmm. Hmm.
anyways, that was just, like, one line you barely can read. These are actual pages that they've released.
That's wild. I
Yeah.
wonder why they felt this necessary. Everyone's gonna go watch this movie. Sometimes I wonder if you can over sell something, but I guess you can't. The more you talk about it, the more people get interested, and the more little things get you going. But for me, this is almost like, man, we're kind of just show me the damn thing by now.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah. Alright, so here's a little brief breakdown of what's in the first 3 pages that
hmm,
was released. Marvel released the official first 3 pages of the script Spider-Man Brand New Day, which provide a detailed look at the opening scene of the movie. The opening sequence, the film opens 9 months after the events of No Way Home, so now we have
9
an official
months.
timeline. It starts with a modified Marvel Studios logo showcasing the memories of Peter that no longer shares MJ and Ned. So you know how their little montage they do whoop in the beginning. Sorry, my iPad almost fell, guys. Um, you know how they do the Marvel Studios logo in the beginning where it shows the cool concept art and all that, Black
Yeah.
Widow, Captain America, all that stuff, and then it shows the little clips of, like famous little clips or memes or whatever from all of Marvel. Apparently, they do something a little bit different. Like in Captain Marvel for that one, that was literally right after the great Stan Lee passed away. So it was all his cameos that they did in
Hmm.
that one. Then in Wakanda Forever, it was Black Panther that passed away.
Hmm.
So they did all of Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther and all those clips. So this one, I guess they're adjusting it again, but for the theme of this movie, meaning that, and which is gonna be really cool how we see this for ourselves, how they edit these pictures. Um, it's gonna show what happened in Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home, but if I'm reading this right, Peter no longer shares these memories of MJ and Ned. So I don't know if that means Peter is gone from these pictures or MJ and Ned are gone from these
Oh,
pictures
maybe a
or
little bit of
maybe
both.
a
Yeah.
mixture of both. That would just be cool, especially for us eagle eye Marvel nerds that are going to be like watching this thing like a hawk to see, okay, what pictures do they use and how they do it. That's going to be cool. Anyways, there's that. Then it says Peter's life. Peter is completely isolated, broke, and making his own tech from scratch, including a homemade 3D fabricator, rather than using Stark tech that he's used in the past. He has a new AI assistant named Evie, and um, it also says that he does a narrating for this movie, which is, I think, from my understanding, the first time he actually does a narration, kind of like how Tony Stark did narration for Iron Man 3. I think that's in the same vein. That's how they're doing it for him. Um, his suit is a little more grounded and handmade, very reminiscent of the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man suits.
Cool.
And it says here that a police scanner interrupts Peter, prompting him to don his mask, swing away, and lead into a montage of fighting various comic book villains, which is exactly what I expected, actually.
Yep.
Because they said there's so many villains in this movie. How are you going to do it? It's just like the Fantastic Four. You're going to get a little montage of what he's been doing for the past 9 months.
I think that's smart.
It's so smart.
Yeah.
And I hope they touch upon what's happened during the Daredevil Punisher stuff in this montage. Be like, where have you been? But anyways,
Don't count on it.
That's a discussion literally the internet's on fire with right now after this Punisher thing has been out. Be like, where is Spider-Man?
They're asking now. I've been asking like halfway through Daredevil Born Again. I asked during the Thunderbolts movie, where the hell's Spider-Man? Like, it's like, it doesn't make sense to me. I get you. It's,
yeah, they're catching
where Marvel
up.
has trouble with, but yeah, you guys out there are catching up.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, especially in this Punisher thing. Where in the hell is Spider-Man? This is a ridiculous.
It would be hilarious if not just hilarious, not in a serious note, because enough people would be mad at it. But it would be funny if it shows a Sony building and then Spider-Man's inside there and be like, that's why, because Sony literally won't let him in other stuff.
Yeah.
So he's literally stuck in the Sony building. Anyways, that's just me. It's just on the top of my head. But what do you think of this script? What do you think of the new poster? What do you think? Well, we already talked about the poster and the video. The script part that I just read to you. What do you think of the
Let's go see this movie tomorrow. I'm ready.
Mhm.
I want to see it. I am doing my best to just pretend the TV shows and stuff don't happen and just focusing on the movies. And then when the stuff in the movies happen that I need to know from the TV shows, at least I have the knowledge to not ruin the movie. That's kind of where I'm at with it when it comes down to that side of it. But I like this idea of the montage. I think it worked real great in Fantastic Four. Because that doesn't mean you can't revisit these villains again. It just means here's a quick introduction to them. It doesn't necessarily mean, like, because even in the Fantastic Four movie, they discussed that, hey, this one's here, this one's there, this one's there. So they're still there. You know, we could still see them villains come back.
Yeah.
And that they just are showing that this is the kind of place that they live in. So, like, Boomerang, for example, will probably be one of those in the montage, right? Because he's not going to carry his own movie. So we might see Boomerang again later, you know? But we're only going to get a quick little, there he is, this is what Spider-Man's been doing.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that's kind of what, what's the one called? Scorpion, thank you. I think that's what Scorpion's going to be as well.
Yeah.
You know, I think he's going to be maybe a bigger scene. It'd be fun and maybe a cooler fight scene, longer. But I think it is only going to be, I don't think he's going to be a main villain in this. I think our main villain in this is still yet to be known. And maybe the Hand might be a big part of that. Hell, for all we know, the ninjas are a part of this scene. I think that'd be kind of crappy.
You don't know who the main villain is yet? It's Jean Grey.
Yeah, well, of course it is. I mean, why not?
I just said that to get him going, guys.
Oh, no, it's
I'm
the
sorry.
Hulk. It's the Hulk.
Oh, that's right. It's the Hulk.
He's got to calm the Hulk down.
Yeah.
That's right.
Sun's getting real low, Bruce.
I mean, let's just have Ultron show up. But, like, it's...
Anyways.
Yeah, I mean, as for all we know, the Hand is in this. The ninja scenes that we all see in this could be part of the same. I don't think so. Personally, I think they're a bigger part. But who knows? You know, we don't know.
Yeah.
I like the concept, though. I'm excited. I don't want to see any more, though. I'm done. For me, we'll talk about it because it's what we're going to do for you guys. But I'd be happy if they just shut up and just give us the movie because it's a little much right now.
Yeah. No, I agree. And actually, to that point, I kind of am hoping at some time we're just going to go back to simple Spider-Man, meaning a traditional Spider-Man villain. And I know he's part of the bigger MCU now and all that stuff, so they're going to throw on all these other characters. I get it. But part of me misses it when it was just the Vulture. It was just like just Green Goblin from the first Tobey Maguire one. It's just Electro. I kind of want to see Spider-Man being by himself a little bit
Yeah. You will.
without bringing all that
You
in.
will by the end of this trilogy. It's going to be him and Ned.
Mm.
They'll dedicate a whole movie to that storyline.
I hope they do, and I hope they don't. No offense, because I do like it when he's tied into the bigger MCU. I get it, but at the same time, what they've done so far so good with the first two Spider-Man movies in particular, of the Tom Holland version, is um bringing in the MCU elements, but still making it just Tom Holland's. And I get how we did No Way Home. I'm not complaining about that. It's one of the best movies I think they ever made. But it also is like I was very excited at the end of No Way Home to see what the fourth one's gonna be, just Spider-Man. And then we get what we're getting, which it's probably gonna be a masterpiece for all we know. We have no idea. But I am just waiting for just a Spider-Man movie that, no offense to the hand, but I wanna see a traditional Spider-Man villain fighting a traditional Spider-Man that we know of.
I think you're going to get that in this, though. It might not be a villain that you think would be a traditional Spider-Man villain, but I really do think they're doing the montage thing very much so like the Fantastic Four.
Mhm.
Because if you remember, Fantastic Four was very much on its own.
Mhm.
They did that montage in the beginning, and then it just felt like it was just that and Galactus. Them
Mhm.
and Galactus.
Mhm.
I do think as big as Spider-Man's looking, there's no confirmation that we get the Hulk in this like that. That we know we get Bruce Banner, but there's no confirmation we get Spider-Man fighting the Hulk.
Mhm.
You know, there's no confirmation that all these villains team up against Spider-Man. In fact, this actually kind of confirms that they don't, and we're seeing a montage of
Mhm.
them. They already confirmed that now. I think they're giving us all the fun stuff. It's like a reverse trick, I think is this is what I think is personally happening, is they're showing us the cameo fun stuff on the trailer. So then when we see the meat of the movie, that's actually the bigger surprise of how it goes. I'm hoping so. Because I'm with you. When we got to the end of No Way Home and he's swinging at the end and it's all him by himself, part of me was like, finally, we get to Spider-Man where he gets to be his own movie. Not that I think it's brilliant how they got there. I
Mhm.
like that they did a trilogy of his origin,
Mhm.
3 movies to tell him and who he's gonna be.
Mhm.
Now we get to see him be Spider-Man, just Spider-Man.
Mhm.
And then the way this movie is advertised makes you feel like, "Oh, man, whew, this is still a bigger MCU thing going on." And I think there's still gonna be a lot of hints to that because it is the MCU, so it's gonna do that. But I bet you we get about a good quarter into this movie, and it is just him and dealing with the situation he's gotta deal
Mhm.
with, and it's just him doing it.
Yeah.
It's like I said, I think the smartest thing they could do is not have Bruce Banner change. I know it's probably gonna happen, I get it. And maybe at the end when there's a fight, he helps. I don't know. I still think that's uncalled for, and I think we would all understand a movie where Bruce Banner just ends up being the guy who mentors him through becoming what he's becoming, and that's what I think is the soup of this movie. Is not gonna be all these villains and all these MCU cameos. It's gonna be him dealing with the maturing of a spider
Yep.
that he is, along with a villain might not be a traditional villain, but it will be just a
Mhm.
villain for him to have to overcome, and
Yeah.
then these other guys are just kinda lagged on the side.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping myself, because it will feel like a Spider-Man movie,
Yeah.
probably closest to the first Spider-Man we got with Tom Holland.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like, I'll I'll give them this. They have not disappointed me with this yet. They have not done what they did with Captain America: Brave New World and made in name only type thing. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, yeah.
where it's actually a secret other movie yet for Tom Holland. And I don't think with Dustin Daniel Cretton that he's going to be doing anything like that. He sounds like he was excited for uh kind of like a traditional Spider-Man movie, just with all these extra flavors in it because he's in the MCU now, guys. So,
Yeah. I will say Spider-Man's in the contention of being one of the best trilogies of the MCU. If we were to sit and have a conversation about what you'd consider the best trilogy of the MCU, I think Spider-Man should be in the argument, at least have a spot to say. This will be the first time, if they do a fourth that ends up as good, it'd be the first time they did a fourth that was that good. Because so far, any fourths of what the MCU is doing is not good. We've only gotten one so far, and it's not good. You know what I mean? So, but once again, you're not replacing, you're not making, it's just a new movie. So, yeah, I have all high hopes for it, to be honest with you. You know, but I think you're gonna get what you're thinking. I think you are. And if they don't, it's their fault. You know, and they should know better because they don't need to go big. Just give us a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Actually, smaller the better.
I agree. Well, what do you guys think so far? What do you think of the Spider-Man movie that we're getting that's been revealed? What do you think of the new poster? What do you think of that script? We haven't asked you guys yet, so please go and look it up. It is officially released, so it's out there. So what do you think of it? Is it real? Is it not real? Does it give you like higher hopes for this movie? What do you guys think? And jump down in the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. All right, Ike. Take it away, our last topic for Multiverse Minute.
So this one venture into the DC side, guys, and actually not even the DCU. We're going to go into the what do they call it? The side verse of the DCU.
It's hard to figure it out.
Well, it's just like one of their side projects. It's, we're going to talk about the Batman 2.
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson's the Batman 2. The director, Matt Reeves, of Batman Part 2 confirms the cast, including new additions Sebastian Stan, Scarlett Johansson, and Charles Dance.
All right.
So, Samuel, why don't you tell us some stuff that you found out just recently today, a little more detail on who they might be playing.
Exactly, because that is... I don't know if anyone has seen this online yet, but when it was released, at least from what I saw when it popped up in my news feed from Variety, so it's an official publication, guys. It's a big deal, which means it is official news, and so we got to talk about it, of course. It was a little vague exactly who is playing who. There is speculation, but it's funny. I kept seeing the words next to their supposed characters' names saying not fully confirmed. I'm thinking, huh? So I'm going to read you exactly from Variety's website what they say about this, guys. So Batman Part 2, Matt Reeves confirms Brian Tyree? Brian Henry, I'm just going to say. They're including his middle or second name. Scarlett Johansson, Sebastian Stan, Charles Dance, and more cast additions. Batman Part 2 director Matt Reeves has been rolling out posts on X, introducing a number of additions confirmed to be joining Robert Pattinson in the cast of the upcoming sequel. Among the now confirmed faces, Reeves announced that Scarlett Johansson has joined the film, posting a photo of her from a 2013 film and writing, "Next exit Gotham, welcome." Sebastian Stan will be on board with Reeves writing, "In a Gotham state of mind, welcome." For the Thunderbolt star, and then the Game of Thrones actor Charles Dance has been cast in the superhero pick along with Brian Tyree Henry. That's the best thing I'm going to say it. I'm sorry, guys.
I think you got it right that time, actually.
I hope so.
Yeah.
He appeared in Joker and Eternals. Oh, I recognize him now. Anyways, let's continue. So, let's see. It says here Johansson. Yes. Miss Scarlett's involvement was first announced in December. Sebastian Stan was first reported to be in talks in January, and it is believed he is set to play Harvey Dent. So I get what they did here, guys. Matt Reeves announces that the actors are going to be in it, but the exact characters that are going to be in it are still a question mark. Sort of like Sadie Sink in Spider-Man. We don't really know.
Okay.
So it's believed that they're playing these characters, but there's no official confirmation. They still could be anybody, but at least now, instead of speculation and rumor mills out there and reports that she is joining, Scarlett Johansson, it is official. She has signed something. She is in this movie. And I think they already started correct me if I'm wrong, I think they already started the pre-production
Yeah,
of this film.
because they released photos of the Batmobile recently
Mm-hmm.
in their pre-production stuff. So
Yep,
yeah,
and I know they had the script written a few months ago. James Gunn had confirmed it is done.
yeah. Now
So,
that Robert Pattinson's done doing the last 4 movies, he's gonna make $7 million on each. Like he's in the Odyssey, he's in
uh,
he's in the new Dune movie. Like other than
that's
Jason
right.
Momoa, Robert Pattinson's gonna be making some money.
Woo!
He just did a movie called The Drama, which I'd like to see. That was I'm trying to remember who's in that with him, but I can't remember.
Oh, Zendaya.
Oh yeah, yeah. So
Yep. I
yeah,
shocked
I
I
would like to
remembered.
watch that movie. I hear it's really good. Robert Pattinson, guy's one of the best out there. I think he's a sleeper. Watch out for him. He's going to become one of our better actors. In the long he'll be a Christian Bale. He already is. He's such a chameleon. He's really good.
I'm surprised that Marvel hasn't scooped him up yet, to be
I
honest.
think he's told him no.
Hot
I
take,
think he's
guys.
told him no.
Anyways,
I think he says no to this as well in the DCU. I think he is a Christian Bale in that sense, where he sees the brilliance in whatever this trilogy is going to be
Mhm.
of Batman, just like Christian did with Christopher Nolan. If you don't have Matt Reeves and it's more than 3 Batman movies, you won't have Robert Pattinson. He's doing the same thing Chris did with Chris. Chris with Chris. It sounds like a great TV show for those two. Yeah. No, yeah, Christopher Nolan and Christian Bale did the same. There was like hey, let's do these 3. We got a great story to tell. You're getting the same thing out of this. I don't think you'll never get him to do anything like a big franchise thing like that again. I think maybe the only other thing that he's kind of been a part of was the Hunger Games, right? But I think he died in that. Right? I'm not sure. I've never seen a Hunger Games movie, so
what
don't hold that against me, y'all.
was he in Hunger Games?
He was in one of them, I think. I know he was in a couple of the Harry Potter movies.
Yes, he was in Harry Potter. I don't think he was in
Yeah.
Hunger Games. I mean, Twilight is what he's known for.
Yeah, and he hated it. So, let me take it back. I don't think he hated it. I think he hated the concept of being tied to it. I don't think he talks crap about the IP itself, but he does. I did hear and read that he saw that, being tied to something that you lose your trust in or love in or the passion for, but you have to do it because you signed. I think you're going to see him not do that again because of that experience. Like I said, I don't think he says Twilight's bad, but I think he says he wished he didn't commit to it like he did because he maybe would have left earlier. I know he wanted to. I think there was I think he actively tried to get fired at one point, but like I said, that's all rumor and who knows? We don't know what's going on there, but there's a lot of speculation there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's as awesome as it is, I'm excited for this. You're not going to see him sign on for anything other than that. So,
well, I'll confirm he was not in Hunger Games.
okay, I'm sorry. I thought he was. I don't know why.
But you're right. He was in at least 1 or 2 Harry Potters.
Yeah.
And that's before Twilight. I think that was his
Either
early
before
start,
or during, right? I don't know.
Another question.
Yeah, good question. I don't know his other than Twilight, I caught up with Robert after Twilight. It wasn't my cup of tea. I saw the first movie of Twilight and I was like, okay, this isn't for me. I'm not talking crap. I know there's a lot of Twilight fans out there. My daughter being one of them. And hey, you know what? Love it. It's fine. It's for somebody, right? It's not for me. And I didn't see that had a lot of room for him to be what he wanted to be until I saw him do things outside of Twilight. Guys, he's done some awesome stuff. So, in particular, back to the subject, he is a fantastic Batman. When people were all like, "Oh my gosh, it's Robert Pattinson," I'm like, at the time, like, guys, have you seen a couple of the movies he's done? Because if you're just going to base it off what you think he is like in Twilight, then wait till you see the Batman. And then when I want to watch it, it's almost a masterpiece. That Batman movie's fantastic. It's great. And the Penguin show after it with Colin Farrell as the Penguin is awesome.
I have not seen that one.
You will love it.
I'm going to have to add that to my watch list.
Because it ends. I mean, no spoilers, I guess. I'm not going to tell him right away. But it is an ending of that show in the Penguin where they remind you he's a bad guy. It's none of this hero worship crap that we see where let's see this side of the bad guys and let's see. That show does not do that.
That's good.
You hate him at the end. You're like, oh my God, this guy is a piece of shit. And it's not just, and you're not going to be mixed feelings. You're going to be like, oh yeah,
It's no question.
oh yeah, he's a villain. Because most of the show, you're going to be, oh, I'm on his side because he's dealing with other bad guys, and you're following him, and you want him to succeed because he's your main character. And you get to the end, and he does a couple things, and you're going to be like, oh yeah, he's a bad guy.
I like that. Actually.
Like someone needs, like, what a piece of crap. Like you kind of wish you never root for him. A lot of I've seen like some reviews say they're upset, they're physically sick over about how much they rooted for him.
Oh really?
That's how bad he is at the end. I'm telling you, at the end of that show, you're like, oh my god, he's a bad guy. Like it's not just like, oh, he's a Vic Mackey from the Shield bad guy, where sometimes you agree. Oh no. There's nothing. It's despicable. You literally swear, you're like, you mother, oh my god. You're waiting for Batman to show up and like smash his head in. You're almost like, what did this happen? Fantastic ending, guys. Brilliant. And Colin Farrell's so good, which he's going to be in this as well.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it was confirmed in any of the articles, but he's confirmed it himself in interviews. He said he's in it.
Yeah.
Similar kind of role, not a huge role. I think they're saving for whatever that's going to become with him. Because Colin Farrell, guys, what you don't even know it's him. You look at it like, yeah, Colin Farrell? That doesn't even look like him. He's
a good actor.
Oh, he's one of the most underrated out there, guys. Watch anything he's in. But yeah, and look at this cast. I mean, Charles Dance, Game of Thrones. I mean, Tywin Lannister himself. What an evil asshole in that movie, in that show. But he might not be bad in this because he's not always bad. He just ends up playing a good bad guy. You know, Godzilla, King of the Monsters. He wasn't bad, but he was the bad guy. So, you know, you understood his point of view. But like, yeah, I mean, he has a presence about him that I think is very, it demands attention, and I think that can be interesting. Who he's going to play, I don't know. That's interesting to me to see who that might be. It might not be anybody big. Just adding great people to this, because I bet we're still going to get the people in this movie from the first. I imagine, we're still going to get the same.
Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, and some of those side characters there. Yeah,
right. I'm sure we'll get Andy Serkis back as
Alfred. Yeah, he is confirmed. I know that.
Yeah, because I mean, he's great in the first one with that. And same with Commissioner Gordon. His name escapes him right now. Jeffrey Wright, we'll get him back as Commissioner Gordon. Fantastic as him. So I'm sure we'll get all those too anyways. But Sebastian Stan is another one of those guys. Like we talked before about Sebastian Stan. He plays Donald Trump in that one movie. Sebastian Stan is a chameleon. Now there's the one to look out for this. If you're going to have a villain that you don't want to be recognizable, or someone that can go there with it, you got an actor right there that can do that. That actor specifically.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about that in our episode later, guys, because he's in here.
Yeah, but he will chameleon. He'll do that thing that he did with the Donald Trump thing, like he's done with other roles that he's had. He does a thing where he's real good at being completely somebody else, where if you put the makeup on, you almost don't realize it's him. And if he's going to play a villain, that'd be cool. He might not play a villain. Maybe he's Harvey Dent. Maybe he's not Harvey Dent. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate that, because Matt has such a unique vision that I bet you if he's Harvey Dent in it, we probably still won't even see Two-Face. It still might just be Harvey Dent in it. It's like who knows, I know the villains aren't going to be supernatural at all. So, I mean, I'll be surprised if they are. I think Matt wants to stick with as grounded as possible.
Sort of like how Christopher Nolan did.
Yeah, but even more so, like kind of like how this last Batman movie was, where it's like the villain, even because Christopher Nolan, the villain still got this kind of big theatrical thing to them. I think Matt's even dimming it down. Like, if you look how he did the Riddler, he did it like he's a serial killer. It wasn't like some huge, there's a big thing that happened at the end that was a big deal, but, the Riddler himself was just a guy. You know what I mean? And I think that's what we're going to see.
Because there's rumored that in the very early stages of development of this film, they were going to have Mr. Freeze be the villain.
Yep, no way.
He's too
way too much. Yep. I doubt it. If he does, I'd be interested to see his take on it. I would welcome it. I would not plan on that at all. No. Who it's going to be, I don't know. But start thinking of your grounded Batman villains, like, the Court of Owls and stuff like that.
Mm.
You can just have guys be bad
Now that
guys.
would be cool. Court
Yep.
of Owls. We haven't seen them yet.
Yep.
Like,
And then that could tie in with stuff that's happened in the first one,
mhm.
with the corruption in Gotham and how that all works. But that's how you're going to see it. No, you're not going to see any supernatural stuff. I don't think. It's when you think, can you get more grounded than Nolan's? Yeah, you can. Because even in Nolan's, there's still that little bit of like fun of, there's that little bit of an elevation to the bad guys. You're not going to get this in his stuff. And
Mm.
so it'd be interesting to see. I'm excited. But hey, anytime you add talent like this, hey man, it just makes the movie's gonna be. Who knows? Hell, as far as we know, Scarlett Johansson could be playing the bad guy. We don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a nice twist.
That'd be interesting.
How do you feel about it?
Great cast. There's not confirmation exactly who these people are playing. I mean, it's widely speculated that Harvey Dent and Sebastian Stan, that's going to be his character type thing. But um, this is a really good cast, and so they really could play almost anybody. And I'm sure that with Matt Reeves directing and what they've already cooked up for the script, it's going to be really good.
Yeah.
And adding those other characters, like you said, from the first film to carry them into this one. Um, I can see that. I have mixed feelings on the supernatural stuff personally myself, only because I get it. The grounded Batman, it was very popular during the Christopher Nolan time and things like that. And I like the realistic type of Batman. I do agree. I think that's kind of cool. But there are some really cool supernatural Batman villains we have yet to see in live action, or at least done justice in live action, that I would love to see sometime with the graphics that we have nowadays and how you can maybe maybe that's gonna be James Gunn's Batman. Maybe he's gonna do that stuff that I was hoping Zack Snyder's Batman would have done and talk about like Killer Croc or a Mr. Freeze, a new version of him, a new version of Poison Ivy, someone that's a little more of a supernatural-ish, but it's still in Batman's rogues gallery.
Well, think about it. You got James Gunn's DC universe is the Superman universe. What you're getting,
Which is
and we got Clayface coming, and
that is supernatural Batman.
yeah. You're gonna get all your fun. I think we're gonna get some real wild fun stuff.
Mhm.
I just want to get Batman before we get too far into the other bad guys.
I agree. Yeah.
Like, let's give us our Batman. But your Batman, the old '90s cartoon Batman, that's what you're getting with James Gunn.
Mm.
All that fun jazz, all that fun craziness.
I just hope he delivers. I don't have much
Yeah.
faith personally, but that's me.
Until he fails, I won't worry about it. And I can't judge the Superman movie because I don't like Superman.
Okay.
So, because if I sat back and looked at it, Superman, the new one's a good movie. It's good. I just don't like the guy. I just don't care for Superman. So my excitement over it isn't as high as if you love Superman, then you probably love that movie. And they do. Look what they're saying about it. Look what they're doing. Supergirl doesn't look bad.
No,
I just don't like
Supergirl doesn't look
I just
bad.
don't like the super family. Like, I don't care about them.
I actually look forward more to Supergirl than I did Superman, and I don't
His
know.
Batman will determine how much I'm invested.
Mhm.
If I like the Batman, I'll deal with the rest.
Mhm.
If I don't like the Batman, then I'm done with him. But
Yeah.
it's all going to be taste. I don't think James Gunn's going to fail. I mean, I just look at the stuff he's done after what he did with Guardians, and after what he did with even being a part of the Avengers movies, and what he did with the guys Peacemaker is one of his amazing TV show. I mean, I know it's not perfect. I know everyone has their, some people might not like it. I think it's really good. It was surprisingly good of a character that who'd ever thought to do something with that guy, and that Suicide Squad one he made is genius. So yeah, I don't know, until he fails at one or gives me a bad movie, I'm all in.
See, I think he's good at those niche type characters, those sideline characters like the Guardians and bring them to the forefront and Suicide Squad. I think that stuff is completely up his alley. And even the stuff that he's doing with like the Clayface and things like that, I see him doing that stuff. I'm not like you, Superman is not my favorite of them,
Yeah.
but I personally did not like that Superman movie too much. I actually preferred the Henry Cavill's version.
But when you watch it though, is it because it's a bad movie or it's just because you don't like Superman? Because for me, I just don't like Superman because it's
I
really
just don't
not a
think
bad
that's
movie.
I just don't think that really is the type of Superman that we know of.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you.
Yeah, maybe that's his way of reinventing the character to
Hmm.
be more relatable, but I don't think Superman was meant to be relatable. I think he's
Yeah,
meant to be that god out of water and came down here. That's why every other iteration is the exact same way. And he did a new twist on it. I get it. And for the kids' appeal, it totally was there. My problem with the Superman movies, it felt like it was a sequel and we didn't get to see the first one.
right, right.
From the very moment it started, I thought, what did I miss? And I've
Hmm.
been sitting here the whole time. I'm like, I didn't miss anything. That's how they decided to start the movie off of. You already know these guys. Let's just throw them in there. And I'd be like, we really don't. We haven't had that much of an introduction to Lex Luthor too much before in the past.
Yeah,
We had a and this is my only biggest critique I will have to say with the Snyderverse stuff is that I didn't like their Lex Luthor because I thought he was playing the Joker slash the Riddler, not Lex
yeah.
Luthor. But I think that's more of a casting issue than um
My mind has changed on that a little.
we'll have to see when
We'll
we
talk
revisit
about that
that.
another time.
Yeah.
I don't like it either, but I've recently watched Batman vs Superman, and
Yeah.
there's some nuances that Jesse does that I'm kind of like, I see what they were going for. But anyway, we'll talk about the different kind.
Yeah.
Still don't care for it, but I'm with you. I think I do think it does come down though to that. I agree. It's hard to talk crap about a movie that's a good movie. It just happens to be something I don't like.
Yeah.
It's like if we were gonna review Harry Potter,
Mhm.
okay? I'd have a hard time doing it because it's just not my cup of tea.
Mhm.
And there's nothing wrong with Harry Potter. There's people that love Harry
Yeah.
Potter,
No, I actually
you
agree
know?
with that.
But I watch
Yeah.
Harry Potter and I'm bored to death.
Well,
But
I
that doesn't mean it's bad though, right? So that's how the Superman movie to me is like I'm like, okay, blah blah blah. Okay, that was fun, cool, neat. I see why it's good. It's a hit, obviously.
Mm,
But I just don't care about that character that much.
mhm,
And they want you to care about that character in this new iteration.
mhm,
And I don't. That's why I liked Henry Cavill's a little more because he's a little more stoic. So you're just kind of okay. He can just,
mhm.
and that was a Batman-led universe, right? Because once Batman come on the scene, it was more about Batman and his point of view. He brings the
Yeah,
Justice League
because
together. He's the one that
yeah,
is part of the Batman versus Superman.
no
But
offense, Superman, but when Batman enters the picture, all eyes are on him.
yeah, and it's going to happen in this too.
It will,
It will
yeah.
eventually, right? When Batman does show, he's going to shine. But yeah, I think it's just a matter of that's just the least character I'm interested in the Justice League, which is why it's easy to say, yeah, I don't know how I feel about the new DCU, but technically he's batting 100, really, if
Yeah,
you think about it.
yeah.
So
Uh,
I get you. I'm with you. But with this, when it comes down to Matt Reeves, though, yeah, man,
Yeah, well,
I'm
when
all
it comes
about it.
down to this cast and this
Yeah,
news
all about
topic,
it.
I like the cast.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be cool. I'm excited to see what's gonna be like. I'm planning on going to see this with a friend of mine who is a super hardcore Batman fan that I didn't even know about how hardcore it was. I'm like, oh my gosh, when this comes out,
yeah.
we're definitely going together then
I
because
can't
that's
wait to see what Robert Pattinson does with the character
yeah,
now, because he was Batman the whole time in the first one, and now we got a little taste of Bruce Wayne in it,
yeah,
and now I'm curious to see what his struggle of balancing Bruce
mhm,
and being Batman, because now he knows he has to do that.
yeah,
It's going to be neat to see that, what how good of an actor he is. It's going to be neat to see how he brings that to the forefront of the
yeah,
dynamic between Bruce Wayne and Batman, which we didn't really get in the first, but it made sense narratively why we didn't.
yeah.
So
All right. Well, the question is for you guys. What do you think of this cast announcement? What do you think of Sebastian Stan, Scarlett Johansson, and Charles Dance being just three people of more that are named in this cast?
cool
Who do
Sebastian
you
Stan.
who do you think they're actually playing? Is it going to be the Dent family? Is it not going to be the Dent family? Because we really don't know. Matt Reeves didn't confirm it. It's highly speculative, but you never know.
Yeah.
So jump down in the comment section below, guys. Let us know your thoughts. All right, this will conclude our multiverse minute, and now we're on our way to where?
The rumor mill rundown.
Yeah.